Tonight's program is rated R. Parental discretion is advised.
Ready? Boom.
Turn me up a little bit.
Yeah, kid. All I'm on the rise.
Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more.
We like it. Yeah, kid.
I like that.
All I'm on the rise.
This is the remix.
And you don't want no problem
98.
with this guy.
Let's go.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around.
We
I've
like
been around the world.
Welcome to Goat James Kingdom. Welcome. I am Ajani the Exposer, and y'all have now been exposed by the Exposer. I appreciate it. And enjoy. I am called Ajani the Exposer. You guys are being exposed today.
Your opinion, I guess.
Move on from it. It was the 90s. That's it, bro. Move on from that. You don't know history. You don't know basketball. You just told me I'm stupid. But look how stupid you look because you don't know
I know all this
basketball. You don't know history. You don't know jamming. You don't know schematics. You don't know coaching. You don't know scouting. You don't know drafting. You don't know nothing from that Michael Jordan's grade because the media said you that, so told you to say that. I know that is recorded, and you are officially being exposed by the Exposer, and you're going to sit there like a man and take this just like Buddy did 2 weeks ago.
Let's get ready to rumble. Hey, get your numbers out. I had to get my numbers out.
Here's Ajani.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Y'all know I am Ajani the Exposer, your host for tonight's program, where we go live straight off the Goat James Kingdom channel, also multi-streaming off of the FYF platform. As y'all know, this is a GJK FYF collaboration as we come together every Friday night to talk the game of basketball the way the Exposer wants to and put people on blast. My job is to put people on blast. I've been hearing a lot of talk about what goes on here in Goat James Kingdom. Well, today's program and tonight's show is definitely a special show. So y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel. You guys know we do it best. We talk about the basketball game like none other. This is the channel where you need to be if things are going right. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me again on another beautiful Friday night as I will be giving you a special show as we will be discussing the fall of the 90s. The last icon has dropped, ladies and gentlemen. That last icon, ladies and gentlemen, was obviously Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. It's been crazy with the stuff that we've been seeing on social media and basketball because Zesty Jeffries are infatuated with the 90s. But this is a 90s guy. Everything about the 90s has fallen. The 90s has completely been over with here in 2024.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
It's over for the 90s. It started with my boy Mike Peake It started with we are done with the 90s. You guys told us that we need to go back and watch the 90s basketball. And everything about the 90s has not been what y'all told us. Now, I knew this from before because like I told y'all, I'm 43. I lived through the 90s. I remember the 90s. I was one of the fortunate ones I got a chance to watch Michael Jordan throughout the entire 90s. But the idea that the 90s was such a great era has been obliterated. It's been obliterated. And it started with the Michael Jordan's left hand. We all know Michael Jordan's left hand became a very popular subject to start the year off. It's over for the 90s. It was over then. It was a wrap then. They made us go back there and go watch film. Then because we went to go watch film, we found out Michael Jordan was cheating and getting fake stats to win defensive accolades. This was what was going on in the 90s. This is what we're talking about with Michael Jordan. This is the icon, the great icon of the 90s. He fell. We already know Bill Cosby. We know R. Kelly. These guys, you know, they're already taken care of. But the Will Smith, I forgot about Will Smith. Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy has made himself the top of the conversation right now. Obviously for his crazy and illicit acts. But this is nothing new. This is all stuff that was going on in the 90s. All these things that we want to talk about with basketball is predicated on how the 90s is the greatest basketball era ever. Blase, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Jordan Kruger. That's his name, Jordan Kruger. He ain't got no left hand. He's the right hand bandit. If somebody's going to ask a question like that, do I think it's in good taste? You must not know who I am. You must not know who I am. Now there's a problem with Diddy? Now you got issues with Diddy? This is why tonight's show is very, very important. Right? Because like I told you, we are truly done with the 90s. Obviously, being a part of the 90s is not something good. But your eye test is flawed. Because now all of a sudden you see Puff Daddy on my shirt, you're all upset. You're like, why are you wearing a Bad Boy t-shirt? But when Puff Daddy was out here talking like this, I don't think y'all were talking anything ill of Puff Daddy.
You're a killer party. What's the ingredient? What do you do to make just an amazing killer party? Because mine, I put out the Cheese Whiz. I put on the Paula Anka.
Wrong
no one
move.
comes. Wrong move.
See, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just a different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants? What?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Like he said, it depends on how you look at it. The eye test. This is what I've always told you guys about the eye test. Your eyes cannot see what your mind cannot comprehend. So all this talk about, well, I watched the games. I saw it. I synced it. Hey, Johnny, I synced it. I watched the games. I was there. I was 6 years old, sitting in front of the television, watching Michael Jordan. I was there. I synced it. That's what y'all be trying to tell everybody. Those are the lies. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. Your eyes couldn't comprehend what you were seeing. Just like now, when we watch this video of Puff Daddy talk about throwing a party and what he does at his parties, it seems weird. It seems awkward because now your mind can comprehend what exactly Diddy is doing and talking about. But when Diddy was the man that he was back in those times, ain't wasn't nobody out here questioning him. He's on a late night TV show explaining his parties. That's how your eye test is flawed. Because like we told you, you guys never really watched Michael Jordan play the game of basketball. You guys never watched 90s basketball. You only saw it through a John Buccigross or a Scott Stewart highlights on SportsCenter. Fortunately for us LeBron fans, we got to see LeBron James's entire NBA career. So we don't have to sit here and lie about what we saw. And it wasn't that long ago. But the 90s was long ago. Your eye test is flawed. It's completely flawed. And this Puff Daddy situation is a perfect example of it. This P. Diddy situation shows how flawed the eye test is. The idea that you claim that you've seen something, that your comprehension of the game cannot be expressed articulately for us to understand right here on a live or wherever you want to post for your content to be out there, that we have to sit here and listen to you tell us about how you felt when you were watching something when your mind couldn't comprehend it. And don't act like you wasn't a Diddy fan. Again, I know you Zesty Jeffries are nothing but liars. Today, it's Lil Diddy. Yes, yesterday in the 90s, this was y'all.
Turn me up a little bit.
Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise.
Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more.
We like it. Yeah, kid.
I like that.
Harlem on the rise.
This is the remix.
And you don't want no problem
98.
with this guy.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around.
We like it.
Yeah. Listen, I remember. I grew up in the 90s. I remember how popular Puff Daddy and all that was. Oh, y'all couldn't wait to put on a pair of all-white J's to go to a Diddy party? But now, your eye test is different. You don't look at Puff Daddy the same. Oh, Puff Daddy's not that kind of guy anymore. He's not the guy that everybody was clamoring to be around at a party. Right? Oh, you think I'm joking? Again, I am the Exposer. Welcome to another Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm going to expose to you why the eye test is flawed and why Zesty Jeffries are part of the whole 90s. And we have to eliminate them as well with the 90s. We got to get rid of the Zesty Jeffries. They're no good for basketball. They're bad basketball fans. In fact, they're not even basketball fans. They're just LeBron fans who can't admit it. They're like children who have a crush on a girl, so they hit the little girl to let her know they like her. And that's what they do all day long. But like I said, when Puff Daddy was Puff Daddy in the 90s, the Zesty Jeffries loved him. Again, let's question your eye test. Let's see how good your eye test is.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but breaking down racial barriers, breaking down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
Makes you feel like I know how to throw a party. Shout out to UT Perfect. What's good, brother? Thank you so much for joining me on a Friday night. Again, y'all ask questions that only revolve around the Exposer. You gonna ask me how I got a Bakari 49er jersey? Because I'm a true 49er fan. I'm a fan of the teams that I like. I like the Miami Heat. I like my 49ers. Those are the two teams that I root for. That's it. That's my sports world right there. I got my 49ers in the fall, and then I got my basketball with my Miami Heat. So that was a special gift that was given to me. I've had that jersey for a long time. In fact, the size of that jersey will tell you what time and era that jersey came from. It was close to the 90s. It was close. But your eye test is flawed. Because we're done with the 90s. We're done with it. It's over. It's a wrap now. Everything about the 90s has been unraveled in 2024. It started when Cat came on Shannon Sharp and told everybody 2024 will be the year that exposes everything. We've exposed Michael Jordan's left hand. We exposed Michael Jordan's Defensive Player of the Year and defensive supposedly prowess that he has. We exposed everything about the 90s and how it's not really that great of basketball. If you go back and watch it, it's not that great. There wasn't great defense. They didn't play hardcore defense and hand checking and all of this. They weren't great at the game of basketball. It was good for the 90s. The same way Puff Daddy was great for the 90s. And y'all were dancing to Puff Daddy's music. And you heard what they were saying. Every time Puff Daddy was on television, some way, somehow, somebody was asking him about a party. And asking him, how does parties happen? What do you do with a party? Puff Daddy parties are big. It's epic. It was the thing. He is the icon of the 90s if we really want to take it there. He changed everything about the rap game. He changed everything about hip hop. He completely took hip hop outside of the streets and brought it to mainstream America. He took hip hop out of house parties and put them in the clubs where y'all were wearing your J's. Couldn't wait to get your new pair of J's, to be in the club to dance to P. Diddy's music. But now all of a sudden your eye test says, oh my God, this is horrible. Now you want to hide behind the veil of being in 2024 and want to act like you were not a part of the whole movement of people who accepted what this man was doing for years and wanted to be a part of it. I mean, wanted to be a part of it. So it's so bad. And now y'all trying to throw dirt on people's name. Now everything's about Lil Diddy this, Lil Diddy that. And it doesn't make sense. Where's your eye test when all of this was going on? It's just like when y'all talk about the 90s. Where's your eye test when we ask y'all to go back into 1988 and show us Michael Jordan steals? Where's your eye test then? Where's your eye test? Go back and show us that Michael Jordan didn't have no teammates. Go to the game where Michael Jordan teammates were completely horrible. They were nowhere to be found. Show us the game. Show us the footage. What's going on in that game? Don't go show me the game where Michael Jordan took 35 shots out of 60 shots for his team. No. Show me the game where his team was completely horrible and it was all Michael Jordan. This is what you guys tell us all the time about basketball. This is why we can't praise LeBron James. This is why we can't praise nobody. Because you guys want to tell us what you saw back then is still not available for you to see now. And that's why it's always going to be great, because what you saw back then was the greatest you ever saw. Was it? Was it? Well, back then, did you notice this about Puff Daddy?
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up to
No,
any
well,
of them.
is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then no, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party. But that was at the Holiday Inn, I think.
No, Mr. Based. Yes, people knew about these parties. In fact, in the 90s, there was a theme in rap music called the gay rapper. And there was an anonymous gay rapper in the industry, a well-known individual in the industry that was considered a gay rapper. Guys used to throw little innuendos. In fact, Cannabis used it as a diss against LL Cool J during their battle. It was known. You heard what she said? She said it. Oh, we know about your parties. We know about the after parties. We know this. Don't do that now. This is why your eye test is flawed. This is a perfect example why your eye test is flawed. No, I don't need to get no help. You need to go get some help, Mr. Blank Man. I'll put the link up for you. You can have a conversation with me. Now you upset about the Diddy. He says promote. Look, this is what they do. Look what he says. I'm promoting Puff Daddy. Look what he says. I'm promoting Puff Daddy. You see how flawed these guys are? You see that? Do you understand why I have to exist? Why there's a Friday night exposure to expose people like this? These guys don't have no heart. I don't see these guys on all those other channels when people are throwing out Lil Diddy's name all the time and throwing Puff Daddy with LeBron James and his family all the time. I don't see you. Where are you at when that's happening? Huh? Where is your eye test at? Where is your eye test at? When you got people doing stuff like this. Where's your eye test? Are you upset now? Is this acceptable, Mr. Blank Man? Yeah, respectfully leave. Because you don't get no respect in James Kingdom acting all high and mighty. When I know you were busy in the 90s being a part of the Diddy Association. No, I was never at those parties. I was never at those kind of parties. Never wanted to be in that kind of parties. I used to listen to KRS-One. I used to listen to Dead Prez. I'm not listening to that kind of music. I had a child at 18. I didn't have time to go play around in my early 20s like most people did. I had to go to work. I've been a working man for a very long time. This is why I do what I do best. This is like work to me. I can do this easily all day long. But you guys are high and mighty in yourself all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden, no, here you go. I'm not defending Puff Daddy. Who's defending Puff Daddy? See, look, this is what they do, y'all. This is how Zesty Jeffries act. This is how Zesty Jeffries act because now we are associating Puff Daddy with Michael Jordan. You see how they respond? Do you see it now? Do you see the flaws in these people? This is why we need to get rid of them. This is why they need to go along with the 90s. They need to stay in the 1900s. We no longer need to have Zesty Jeffries in basketball circles. They are the worst people in the basketball world. You guys are upset at me because at one time P. Diddy was the man and y'all had no problem with P. Diddy. Your eye test was nowhere near as visceral as it is today. Huh? Is it all of a sudden a big issue to talk about Puff Daddy? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you really that upset about P. Diddy? You can't be that upset about P. Diddy. Where was your eye test when all of this was going on? This is all a part of the 90s. Don't act like this is not a part of the 90s. This is a part of today's conversation, ladies and gentlemen, is that the 90s was filled with a bunch of flawed individuals, fallen icons, guys who were praised in the 90s because of marketing, mass media. All of these great things helped make all of these men top of their careers and industries. But as soon as we put the eye test on them, it's over. That's it. They're all fall. This is nothing new. There was whispers about all of these men doing what they were doing back then, but nobody wanted to say anything. Everybody was comfortable with it. Now you want to be all high and mighty and in your stance. This is why tonight's show is very, very important, because now we get to see how flawed your eye test really is and how flawed you are as a man with your character and your morals, your integrity. Right? This is what we hear from Zesty Jeffries. talk about people's integrity, talk about people's manhood. This is what you guys like. You guys don't want to talk basketball. You don't want to have a conversation about basketball. Now that I'm doing this, you want to be like, oh, hey, Johnny, you taking this too far? Let's talk basketball. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. Oh no. I'm too much of a basketball fan to allow this to go on. Said, bruh, this is graphic. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an adult program. This is a rated R show. This is not for children. And that was the issue right there. That was the issue. Because you know what made me do this show? The fact that I've been living my life for over 40 years and I never noticed that in this video that they had these dancers. Oh, yes, it's very disturbing. Ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight's program is rated R. Parental discretion is advised.
But where was your eye test then? Don't get mad at me. I was dancing to the same video back then. I didn't notice till 2024 that those little girls were in that video. So it wasn't like this was new to anybody. We all knew this. We just did not comprehend this because our mind didn't understand what we were seeing. It's the same thing with you in basketball. When you're sitting here telling me at 10, 12, 11, 9, 8 years old that you understand a three-peat championship Chicago Bulls team of 1993 is bullshit. You don't know what you saw. You don't understand what you saw. And if we go 30 years later and go back and look at it, we can see all of the flaws. It's disturbing. I'm not the one who made these videos. I'm not the one who was again, I'm not the only one who felt the way y'all just felt. Like Sports Talk Only just said, whoa, yes, I said the same shit. Yes, I said the same shit, New World. Shout out to you, Rebranded. I said the same shit. But we never noticed it. We never noticed it. It was something we never noticed because our minds couldn't comprehend it. Just couldn't understand it. And it's not y'all fault. The industry knew what this guy was doing. The same way these basketball guys who keep telling you about Michael Jordan understand the favoritism Michael Jordan got, the advantages that Michael Jordan got, but they don't want to speak on it because it makes them look good. As long as Michael Jordan look good, then I can look good. All I got to do is say, well, I lost because I couldn't beat Mike, right? So they get something to benefit out of it. And you, Zesty Jeffries, get to act like you were never a part of the 90s. You get to act like your eye test is no longer a part of the conversation anymore, right? You guys want to do this. This is how we have to have basketball conversations. Yes, even in that situation, supposedly the main chick from that, and again, the idea was back then there was such thing called the gay rapper. It was an anonymous rapper that people would kept saying, well, it's a well-known individual. It wasn't some underground rapper. It was a well-known mainstream individual within the hip-hop industry that was known to be gay, but never came out and told anybody. It was like an industry secret. It was something, but again, the people within the industry understood it. They didn't divulge it. The same way people understood Michael Jordan was cheating, but nobody divulged it. The same way everybody know the 90s basketball was whack, but they didn't divulge it. They just covered it up with Sports Center highlights. It's this is deep. Listen, Y'all don't really know me. Y'all know me from my basketball takes, but today y'all are getting what y'all like to talk. Gossip, entertainment, celebrity talk. Because when I talk basketball and bring up numbers and things of that nature, it's, oh, hey, Johnny, you're the stat man. You only want to talk the numbers. Let's talk about the eye test. We're talking the eye test. I want to see where your eye test is at. Because you guys don't know what LeBron fans have to go through just to be basketball fans. And you guys are going to sit there and act like you were never a part of the whole thing. You guys were a part of it. Your eye test was flawed, completely flawed. And the industry knew what was going on. Because let's continue. Let's continue to see how great your eye test is. If you're so despised by me today, I love it. Keep being angry with me. Because I can stand on my morals and my righteousness. I've been told folks about Puff Daddy. I've been knew what Puff Daddy was about. It was nothing righteous. I'm a righteous man. I only listen to righteous music. But again, where was your eye test then? And you want me to trust your eye test in basketball, but you didn't have an eye test when this man was running around acting crazy, and everybody knew it.
Well, we met in Vegas for the first time ever. You know, I'm sure I heard about him more than he heard about me.
Right.
But when I met him, it was just like, you know, I was like, you going back to New York tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. Like, come on, get on my jet. We're gonna go back together. Come on, bring all your friends too. You know, then we went back. You know, we landed, and after that was history. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. It went just like that.
No, for real, honestly.
No, yeah, I'd like to get on a jet with you so you can give me my flavor too. Is that how?
Yeah, your eye test is working now, doesn't it? It's working quite well now. Again, I'll put up the link for you, Mr. Pootie Smooth, and you can talk all you want. There's a reason why I have a program. Yes, I know how to articulate my thoughts, and I'm very creative at doing it as well. You guys don't understand what you be talking about. Look, here, perfect example. No one cares about you, Zesty Jeffries have to go through. You guys got to take the abuse because I come from an era where we're tough, we take it, or where we're hardcore. You come from an era that got Puff Daddy. You come from an era that got R. Kelly. You come from an era that got Will Smith. You come from an era that got Bill Cosby. And there's some other ones that probably going to fall as well. But your eye test is flawed because you never saw none of this coming. Now you want to act all high and mighty. But like we told y'all, it's been done with, we've been done with the 90s.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We call him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Nobody, listen. Look, there we go again. Look, they got, what does LeBron James got to do with Puff Daddy in the 90s? Nothing. He has nothing to do with it. This is nothing new. This is what y'all do best. Again, this is why, this is what happened in the 90s. Listening to people like Puff Daddy and R. Kelly, we have a bunch of over-sexualized grown men who talk basketball in a very homoerotic way. That's the only way they can talk the game of basketball. Oh, you guys think I'm kidding? No, they do it all the time. You ask them a question about basketball, they'll give you a homosexual response. LeBron is the GOAT. What'd he say? I don't know. Something about him being gay? Again, they love to show you silly things. This is what Zesty Jeffries wastes AI intelligence on. These are the type of photos Zesty Jeffries keep in their photo gallery on their phones. Because again, they grew up in the 90s being over-sexualized by Puff Daddy without realizing it, didn't even know it, didn't have the mental comprehension to understand that they were being sexualized. So as grown men, they have to sexualize everything. They can't help themselves. These are grown men making these memes. They talk about me loving to hear myself talking the content we create here in GOAT James Kingdom. I create real content. See, I create content like this, predicated on basketball. Showing you Michael Jordan wasn't a great defender and has a fake Defensive Player of the Year award. No, Zesty Jeffries take their time out to make this. Because again, they were over-sexualized in the 90s. Because they didn't have the mental capacity to understand what they were watching. So now today, all of a sudden, they are high and mighty in their morals when this is all we'll see on the internet. You go on any positive LeBron James post or any post that is critical or objective of Michael Jordan, you will come across memes like this. You will come across situations like this. You will come across situations like this. They can't help themselves. Again, I told you they suffered from the Cronus complex. But now we know they suffer from something else. They have been basically mind fucked by P. Diddy in the 90s.
Are you serious? Don't smile like that. Makes you look like an 8-year-old boy who just discovered his first boner.
I don't have one, so.
This is your fucking moment. You only get one moment in life. It's not hiding in some cubicle answering some fucking phone. Can you handle it?
Yeah, I can handle the moment.
An artist is the slipperiest, most conniving motherfucker on the face of the earth. That's why you have to watch your tushy while at the same time you make them feel like a star. It's called mind fucking. You ever been mind fucked before?
I don't think so.
I'm mind fucking you right now.
You are?
Can you feel my dick fucking your mind?
I can't really feel anything.
See, that's it. That's the art of it. I'm mind fucking the shit out of you.
Hope you're wearing a condom, because I have a dirty mind. That was a joke.
It's no time to joke. Mind fucking is not no joke.
It ain't no joke. But I see y'all laughing in the comments. It's hilarious, right? Now all of a sudden you don't have the eye test no more, right? I see y'all laughing in the comments, right? But this shows you, again, ladies and gentlemen, this shows you how you have a flawed eye test. The last fallen icon of the 90s has proven to everybody why the eye test is a flawed situation. Because your mind can only see your eyes can only see what your mind can comprehend. So when you got guys out here making silly memes like this is what they do with their lives. And it's because they were over-sexualized by watching stuff like Puff Daddy, R. Kelly on television throughout the 90s. Guys like Bill Cosby, Will Smith. These guys are all womenizers. I mean, this is what it is. Because you guys never really watched basketball. You guys watch more of the 90s trash than you actually watched basketball. Us LeBron fans actually got a chance to watch basketball. We didn't have to sit around and watch that nasty stuff. We didn't have to accept that nastiness. This is why we were glad that LeBron James came into the league. He saved the NBA from all the cokehead, crackheads, beer and butter special players of the NBA of the 90s.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
Yeah, what's poppin'? I want to see how much of you guys are really, truly going to accept the fact that it's over for the 90s. Stop bringing it up. It's over. The fall of Puff Daddy is it. Oh, but wait a minute. I know why. I got it. I know why you guys don't really want to attach P. Diddy to the 90s and all the things that you love about basketball. Because if I'm correct, recently Puffy had a nice freak off for his 50th birthday, and there was a whole list of celebrities that showed up, and one of them was one and only Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant, and it wasn't LeBron Ramon James. Shout out to you, Darnell. Thank you so much. Yeah, those super weird. Those people need help. Again, they need help. Again, y'all remember I told you that when we all went to school, they separated us from the special ed students. But when we all graduated and left high school, they never told us who those special ed students were. And I've officially identified them as Zesty Jeffries. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Why all of a sudden is P. Diddy all over basketball circuits when we're supposed to be talking the game of basketball, when in 2019, Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace, young man, was at the party with his wife. That's Puff Daddy's 50th party. So you telling me all these years, all the years that we've been knowing Puff Daddy, it's 2024, all of a sudden Puff Daddy's an issue? Was he an issue in 2019 when Kobe Bryant was hanging out with him, including Mr. Chadwick Boseman? Shout out to Black Panther. Right? Like, these are the things that supposedly your eye test is supposed to see. You're supposed to see that. But you never saw none of these things. You don't want to see it now. You didn't see it then. You don't want to see it now. This is acceptable to you. This is completely acceptable to you. You have no problem with this. That's what you want to be. But that's why Puff Daddy is the last domino that fell. It's over for the 90s. It's a wrap. It's over. The last 90s icon has fell. We are done with the 90s. It is not coming back.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We call him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
Ready? Boom.
Turn me up a little bit.
Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise.
Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more.
We like it. Yeah, kid.
I like that.
Harlem on the rise.
This is the remix.
And you don't want no problem with this guy.
Let's go.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around.
We like it.
Yeah, I know y'all is dancing. I know y'all dancing. I know y'all is dancing. Look, again, there you go. I kind of miss the 90s. There you go. Open up on a Friday night. Open up on a Friday night. Don't be shy. Don't be coy with me. You see what I'm doing? You know how I got this shirt? Free. I got this shirt free. Shout out to my boy Perucho. I knew somebody who somehow found a box of Bad Boy merchandise. He was doing security somewhere, and he found a box of shirts like this. I even got a Bad Boy jacket, like a windbreaker, from him. And he had a whole box. He was trying to tell me, because he thought I was black, that I could find a way to sell it. He thought black folks wanted to buy Puff Daddy material and merchandise. right? Because again, your eye test was flawed. Nobody was seeing that, but everybody in the industry saw it. Everybody knew it. It was nothing new. We all knew it. Like I told you, there was an anonymous gay rapper throughout the 90s that they used to make fun of. In fact, even the Boondocks made a famous episode talking about it when they had a Gangstalicious, which was supposedly a thug rapper who was very popular and was making these innuendo songs like "Do the Homie, Do the Homie." Hilarious, fucking hilarious. But in reality, he was a brother on a deal. He was gay. Or I don't know how to say it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an adult program. This is not for children. So please, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking adult conversations here. This is strictly for adults. It is not for children. Because we're talking about the 90s and all the zestiness that happened in the 90s, including Michael Jordan's left hand. I don't know what's worse, watching P. Diddy interviews or Michael Jordan trying to use his left hand. But like I said, none of this was nothing new. Everybody knew it. It wasn't nothing new. And again, what blew my mind was the fact that, and I wasn't the only person. Even you guys right here could see it for yourself. I wasn't the only person. You'll see it in the comments. Everybody is shocked that this is the first time that they looked at this video and saw this on this Faith Evans video. See, this is why their eye test is flawed. Mr. Blankman said he was going to go bye-bye, but obviously he's still here. He says a box of perfect size Diddy wear. Didn't say anything about Diddy wear. It's bad boy merchandise. In fact, it says invisible bully. Biggie used to say that in his rhymes. Invisible bully. Van Moose, she rapped to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the lyrics, the whack get mixed. The shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad because my sound is inspiring. Don't be mad. UPS is hiring. You should have been a cop. Fuck hip hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot. The flame's about to drop. That was Puff Daddy. And your ass was dancing to it. Just like this guy wants to act now. Mr. Damon Day says, I don't want to know. You don't want to know basketball neither. Because when we try to break down the game of basketball too, you know what you tell me? My eye test. My eye test. My eye test. That is you guys' problem. You don't know the game of basketball. You don't know nothing. Yes, it is completely sick. I agree with you. Jay Will, I also agree with you. That is one of my most favorite Faith songs. But now it's going to be hard to listen to those things. Whose idea was this? Whose idea was this? Zesty Jeffries' ideas. This is Zesty Jeffries' ideas. Because the first day of basketball was today. We know that we saw Denver and Boston play in Dubai. But instead of talking basketball, Zesty Jeffries are out here making memes like this. Because they were over-sexualized in the 90s by R. Kelly, Puff Daddy, Michael Jordan, and the rest of the zestiness that existed. Again, we can't talk the game of basketball without them being zesty, without them being very metrosexual, very homoerotic. And I get it now, because they were Diddy fans. They were big-time Diddy fans. Now they want to act like they're not Diddy fans. We already, listen, we know they're low-life individuals. We know this. We already know this. He said, look, they bring up lies. An ex-officer came out and said LeBron was at the freak-offs. Oh, was LeBron at the freak-offs? I know somebody for a fact who was at the freak-offs. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. That is the truth. That is the truth. That is what we see when we talk about the game of basketball from Zesty Jeffries. They want to include LeBron James in everything. They can't leave LeBron James alone because they actually watched LeBron James' career. They never really watched Michael Jordan play. They never really watched Michael Jordan play. They never saw the game of basketball from that perspective. They don't know the game of basketball because, again, they watched the game of basketball based off of a Bob Costas intro on NBC or a Stuart Scott highlight. And you asked a great question there. Let me find your question there, Based, Kez, because you asked a great question. You asked a great question. I don't know. That is a very great question. What does that prove? Shout out to you, Cuba. This is what I'm talking about. These things are serious situations. Yes, that was Kobe at Puff Daddy's 50th birthday party in Beverly Hills enjoying himself. Because again, Puff Daddy was known for throwing parties. He was known for being that guy. He comes from an era where they didn't mind none of this stuff. Now they want to act like they care. They didn't care when Puff Daddy was out here explaining to people, this is how you have to have a party.
You're a killer party. What's the ingredient? What do you do to make just an amazing killer party? Because mine, I put out the Cheese Whiz. I put on the Paula Anka. No one comes. Wrong move.
See, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just a different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Oh, it really does depend on how you look at it. Which is why we've always told you guys your eye test is flawed. Because you can only see what your mind can comprehend. And as you can see there, Hollywood comprehended what P. Diddy was doing. And anybody who was a celebrity knew what was going on in those P. Diddy parties. But now all of a sudden, y'all want to be all high and mighty. But it's over for the 90s. We told y'all, we done with the 90s, man. It's a wrap for the 90s. We are no longer going to accept none of that nonsense.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's poppin'?
But y'all don't want to accept that. We told y'all it's over. The last piece has fallen. The last guy that represents everything about the 90s has fallen. It started with Jordan's left hand. We started to see that Jordan's left hand was not real. He barely wanted to use it, and when he did, it was a nightmare. Complete travesty to watch him use his left hand. And don't sleep, Mike Peake is still out there doing videos still to this day showing you how Michael Jordan don't have a left hand. Then they found out Michael Jordan got fake stats because we went back to go watch the games. Y'all said, yo, go watch them. And because Mike Peake gave us footages of the 80s, we was like, man, let's go watch this. This is interesting. We saw a lot of bull crap. We saw a lot of nonsense. And y'all couldn't believe it. We started seeing the fake stats, started seeing all this stuff. I went back and showed y'all footage as well. Y'all didn't like that footage. Where was your eye test when Michael Jordan was doing this?
9 rebounds for Charles Oakley, and Jordan overthrows Pippen, who winds up 4 rows into the press sector. Price missed, and Williams has the shot blocked.
Jordan got that one.
And Pippen can't hold on. So 2 fast break opportunities by the Bulls goes by the boards. And it's 72-68. You've got to admire the Cavaliers. They're poised. 18-point lead cut to 1. Chicago tied it up, and then Cleveland scored 4 in a row to keep their lead and get the ball back on a turnover.
That's the 3rd turnover for Jordan
in a row. Williams hits 12 on the shot clock. Jordan has it knocked away by Harper.
Watch him pull up for the 3.
Price with Paxson in his face hits the 3-point shot, and it's 104-101. 33 seconds to go. Price hit it with Paxson in his face.
Yeah, you like that now, right, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I'm talking about, basketball. Adrian, you're correct. Where are the pictures of Jordan of any of these infamous parties? We're not going to see those pictures from those parties. Any party you're going to see Michael Jordan that involved P. Diddy, as far as a P. Diddy party, will guarantee it won't be no footage of it. Because it's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is not going to be sitting around here with anybody just taking random pictures of him. He doesn't allow it. Michael Jordan is the first celebrity of the celebrity. That's why we're done with the 90s. This is what you guys fail to realize. Michael Jordan's probably been at a Diddy party, but there's no footage of it because Michael Jordan's probably been at the most exclusive and the most elite of elite parties that Puff Daddy has ever thrown, if Michael Jordan's been at one. And any other event that he's been at with Puff Daddy is probably some kind of business event of some sort that's necessarily not to do with him partying, like people say. Because again, there was parties that Diddy threw, and then there was those parties that Diddy threw. That's what people don't understand. But they don't care about that. They want to make up shit because they can't talk the game of basketball. Because they never watched the game of basketball. They stopped watching in the early 2000s. They didn't watch in the 80s and the 90s. So who are these guys to keep telling us about basketball? They never watched the game of basketball. They're not real fans of basketball. It don't even make sense. Oh, look, now Jordan's really an 80s player. Now Jordan's a 80s player. All because we're done with the 90s. It's a wrap. The icons of the 90s have fallen. It started with, obviously we know, with Mr. Kells. Bill Cosby came quickly behind that. Will Smith. Will Smith was one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. Now he's nothing but the butt of everybody's jokes. Predicated on dealing with women. All these men dealing with women got themselves in trouble. Stuff from Michael Jordan, not yet. Supposedly somebody has come out and spoken against Michael Jordan, but this is a brave soul. Because Michael Jordan does have some power. But the fallen 90s icon is there, ladies and gentlemen. No matter how many times you guys get upset at us for calling LeBron James the GOAT, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many silly memes you guys make. It doesn't. I can't believe that you guys actually have this kind of look. Again, this is the type of stuff that Michael Jordan fans have in their phone gallery. Go look up Goatman23. It is a zesty Jeffrey page. Go look up Inside NBA Stuff. It is a zesty Jeffrey page. They don't stop there. This is what they waste AI on. If you guys even want to know, they even crop the audience in the background and in the picture to the right. Somebody had to type in Queens a flop. Somebody had to write in, put a man in a tutu in a ballerina skirt. Somebody had to type that in. This is what Zesty Jeffries waste their time doing. This is what they use AI for. This is what they do best. Because again, they were over-sexualized in the 90s by Puff Daddy and all this stuff. This is what they do. Look, I mean, what kind of sick grown man sits around creating memes like this? Again, do you see the name? Inside NBA Stuff. Oh, yes, but then they get mad at us because we create graphs like this. Or, in fact, they get mad at us because now it's time for me to take some shots and I'm going to put the link up. Because we make graphs like this. Now, I've been very quiet and I've been very humbled. Let me say not humbled, but I've actually just been very sitting back watching, using my eye test. And Mr. Pee Wee Herman has been running his mouth about what goes on here in Goat James Kingdom a little bit too much. He's overzealous about his ability to debate because he thinks that he wins on FYF debates, that he is a master debater. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I said it. He thinks he's a master debater. But we all know he's just Pee Wee Herman. So Pee Wee Herman, you need to stop talking about what goes on here in Goat James Kingdom. If you were upset about what happened on a Sunday afternoon, you're more than welcome to show up and hit the link and we can have a conversation. I'm tired of you idiots who think that you could talk about us in any kind of way and nothing's going to come back in return. You were good. I actually had you in good services. I thought everything was all peaches and cream with you, all sunshine and sunflowers with you. But all of a sudden you got real bold, real brave. And what you don't understand here, Mr. Herman, Mr. Pee Wee Herman, is that here in Goat James Kingdom, we don't run from any debate or any conversation predicated around basketball. So whenever you want to have this conversation, just go ahead and hit the link. I will put the link up for you and we can have a conversation tonight. If you, whatever you want to talk about, there's no need to no AI. We don't need chat GTP to pick a topic. You can articulate yourself, speak on it. But stop running around talking about Goat James Kingdom on FYF platforms. And shout out to everybody that's on the FYF lineup. Y'all boys be doing big things. I be seeing y'all. Y'all know to make sure to check out Herm on In The Zone. He's also on the crossover and Full Court Press. Herm's all over the place. He's on Cricket TV. He's all over the place. But we know FYF does big things. Shout out to Lamont, everybody there on FYF. Again, we are a part of the FYF collaboration. This is the Goat James Kingdom channel. I'm Ajani the Exposer. This is the Friday night exposure with the Exposer. I'm exposing Pee Wee Herman today. After exposing you Zesty Jeffries for being a part of the 90s. But you guys have to stop talking about us. And definitely stop lying about us. So I've had Herm recently speak on what we do here in Goat James Kingdom. And he says he wants a debate. Well, the link is available for you. And we are available on Sunday afternoons or on a Friday night. I am no longer interested in any one of you guys who do not create your content or do not have a show. If you have a program, invite me on it and I will show up to your program. If not, hit the link and have a conversation with me. Don't be afraid of the Michael Jordan dugout. The dugout is very necessary. You know you want to sit in the dugout with Michael Jordan. So if you behave well, you'll be fine. If you don't behave well, you'll just go into the dugout with Michael Jordan. It's a win-win situation for you, you Zesty Jeffries. Talking about Zesty Jeffries. Zesty Jeffries. Mr. Dart from Michael Jordan Fans Are the Worst page. Stop lying on my name. You want a 4 p.m. afternoon Tuesday debate. That's not going to work, my friend. We both have a program 12 noon Eastern time on a Sunday. Why won't you let me come up here and expose you and your whole crony posses of Zesty Jeffries? What are you guys afraid of? In fact, isn't that why you wanted to debate me? Because I said you are afraid of me and afraid of what we do in GOAT James Kingdom? And that if we shut up on your platform again like we did last November, that we would embarrass every last one of your members, including Mr. Blackface, Mr. Young Miami, Mr. Sniffing Rants, and whoever you have over there claiming LeBron James is this, that, and the third. And I'm quite sure they're over there screaming Lil Diddy. They're talking Lil Diddy this, Lil Diddy that. Steroid this, steroid that. But like I told you, I am available to debate Saturday nights, Sunday nights, Monday nights, and even a Tuesday night. You don't want to do Tuesday night. You do. I saw you on a live just now recently with your boy Sniffing Rants. You claim you are the debate broker, but you can't broker your own debate versus Ajani, who's been talking about you obviously to the point to where you want to challenge me. You guys are cowards. You will always be a coward to me because I'm a man. I stand here every Friday night with the same stuff. I don't duck and dodge none of you because I know how to talk the game of basketball. And as you can see, I know how to troll as well. I know how to make content beyond whatever you create. You can't create nothing but lies. That's all you are, is a Zesty Jeffrey. And you have been obviously sexualized as well since the 90s. It's a wrap for all of y'all. I'm done with you. So again, if you want to debate me, come on a Friday night exposure, come on a Sunday afternoon, or invite us on one of your programs, on one of your little silly shows, or whichever one of those programs you got going on your horrible channel. And I'll be more than glad to expose you and expose the rest of you Zesty Jeffries that are over there. And tell your little cronies, stay safe in the comments, because they'll never be safe when they hit the link. But as I said before, it is over for you Zesty Jeffries in the 90s.
Ready? Boom.
Turn me up a little bit.
Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise.
Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more.
We like it. Yeah, kid.
I like that.
Harlem on the rise.
This is the remix.
And you don't want to follow with this guy.
Let's go.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around.
We like it.
Yeah, I know y'all is there dancing and bopping to Diddy. Shout out to you, Travis, man. Thank you for joining me, man. What's good, man? How you doing today, sir?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just want to make sure you okay. Everything is fine here. Yeah. Travis, again, how old are you, Travis?
You never ask a man that. That's disrespectful. No, I'm.
See, that's the
42,
zestiness right there. 42. Okay, you just like me. You are before Craig.
Right up there. Yep.
You're before. You was born before 1985. So that means you used to drink out of water hoses, the water hose. You used to actually warm up your. You used to actually warm up food without a microwave. People don't know about that shit. So we have been on a journey tonight. Okay. Now, obviously, our eye test is as serious as it can be today. How do you feel when you look back and you see what I just showed you and how disturbing it was and how long we didn't know about this until now?
You mean with the Diddy thing?
Yeah, everything that the whole thing. Everything about what we know, like with everything with the 90s. The whole idea that our eye test means so much, but in reality, when we go back and look at it, it's completely different than what we all thought it was supposed to be, because we're more grown and have better comprehension.
For sure, I'm gonna give you a basic, but Diddy thing. I can't really touch because I'm not a Diddy expert, but I agree with you with your take that it was like back then, even now, like if they had done the similar things, like what he was doing, like there were some questionable things, but like now it's like a lot more stringent on him. But I'm not really gonna judge the man. I really did a whole lot of research in it. But as far as the eye test goes, I think it's in the 80s and 90s, especially the 90s when Jordan was at his apex and he was so famous. That's I think what trickled down and caused a lot of like the well, like like the narratives we have today, like all these players were superior, like there were, all these great things happening, and to a degree there was, yeah. And I'm not. And if you use the eye test, Jordan was just like a lot of other top 10 players of tier, but like he wasn't perfect, and like the narratives that he was, have been debunked. We've done it ad nauseum, and he wasn't a absolute perfect player. But I what I hate is like when we take like bits and pieces and say, oh, you use that as a standard. But we know that like the eye test shows that every player had flaws. You can nitpick the lowlights as well, but really when you go back and watch and make a concerted effort to watch every player that you were actually ranking objectively, watch their games consistently so you can get a base on them. That's when you start to see the whole picture.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's funny because, like I said, they won't go back and watch the games, and they tell us to go back and watch them. When we go back and watch it, we don't get the nostalgia. We don't see it. I mean, I know why it exists because, like you said, we grew up around it. I understand it then. So let me answer this question, Adrian. Yes, he says, has it gotten to the point where hate for you now towards Jordan fans or Michael Jordan? I don't hate Michael Jordan fans. I hate Zesty Jeffries.
Good difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Zesty Jeffries are the problem. And my problem with Michael Jordan fans is that you guys don't separate yourself from Zesty Jeffries. You guys don't put those guys in their place. You guys accept this from Zesty Jeffries. They represent Michael Jordan fans more than Michael Jordan fans represent Michael Jordan. They are the ones who are out here making Michael Jordan have a bad name. Nobody would really care about Michael Jordan or talk about Michael Jordan if they don't throw Michael Jordan in our face. There's nobody out here trying to discredit Michael Jordan. Nobody's trying to do that. But how can you tell me that this is acceptable? That this is basketball conversations. This is basketball. This is acceptable to see on basketball terms. Again, look at the names of these pages. Just look at the names. Again, inside NBA stuff. This is somebody that was going to tell us that we don't know basketball and LeBron James has no game, no bag, today's NBA is soft, and all this other stuff, and you're going to disassociate yourself from that? Because some of you guys here who claim to be Michael Jordan fans and non-Zesty Jeffries claim to be that. Y'all claim that the NBA is soft. Y'all claim that LeBron doesn't have a bag, that Michael Jordan has all of this other stuff. Okay, it's not acceptable? It's not? Then I need y'all to go on Michael Jordan's Fans Are the Worst page and let them know. And put exposed every time you go on their page. I want to see exposed in their comments for being Zesty Jeffries, not Michael Jordan fans. Because they are proud to reshare this and rehash this and put this all over the internet.
Guys, me and Johnny and Mealy can't be the only ones consistently going over there and exposing those fools. You guys need to show up on their lives and check them. Come on.
Check them. Check them when listen, they don't talk the game of basketball. Now they're all upset with me because I'm pointing out things that y'all don't want to talk about. Why is LeBron James, why is all of this LeBron James? Where is the Kobe Bryant memes? Where's the Kobe Bryant memes that's showing that we out of all the people that we know that were at the thing that's in the GOAT conversation, Kobe Bryant's the only person we know for a fact that was at a Diddy party.
Was Mariah Carey there? I'm a big fan.
Yeah, Mariah Carey was there. All of them was there. This is big time. They got to put Kobe because Kobe's an A-list celebrity. This is 2019. This is big time Kobe. Kobe I think by then he won an Emmy or something like that. Did he win an Emmy or a Grammy or something like that? Wasn't that when he won for one?
When was that? 2019? Oh, so
I know he won it. I know he won after he retired. If I'm correct.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
By 2019, if I'm correct, Kobe had won an Emmy for one of the little shorts he did. He did a cartoon.
Your basketball?
Yeah. No, I forgot what it was. I think it was something predicated to his life. It was something about a basketball boy, to some degree. But he was at a Diddy party. For sure we know. Matter of fact, we got footage. I mean, Kobe was even saluting at P. Diddy. Like, yeah, Diddy, thank you for inviting me to the party. Shout out to Chad. Yeah, Chad, you're right, Chad. Like I said, all you got to do is post something about Jordan being anything critical or objective of Jordan, and you'll come across a bunch of stuff like this. It'll just be rapid. It'll be rapid fire. It'll be rapid fire. And especially if you post anything about LeBron James being great, you'll see a bunch of memes like this and a bunch of stuff like this. Because, again, they grew up in the 90s. They grew up admiring and idolizing guys like this. Guys like Kelly. Guys like Puff Daddy. Guys like Michael Jordan. Guys like Will Smith and Bill Cosby. These were the icons of the 90s. They're all fallen icons. So when I come around today and enjoying my day like me and like Homer Simpson here does, and he's just talking about LeBron being the GOAT, here comes some zesty Jeffrey all offended, and now he has to bring his zestiness into the conversation because he's been over-sexualized. He's been over-sexualized. Now, I know, Travis, you don't know nothing about rap music. That's not your genre, and that's cool. And I'm quite sure you don't know who Faith Evans is. But you know who Faith Evans is. You do. I apologize. Listen, I apologize. I'm just making sure. Right? But I'm telling you, it took me a very long time to decide to do this show, but I felt like it was necessary because once I saw this, I realized why there are so many homoerotic memes made by Zesty Jeffries, because again, they were just over-sexualized in the 90s because they were watching P. Diddy videos like this. Y'all can't tell me y'all not dancing to that. Y'all were dancing to it in the 90s. But now you got this big morals. You got morals. You mad at Ajani because he's wearing an old bad boy t-shirt. Y'all should see Little Kim on this shirt.
Can I get a Kylie Jenner shirt?
I'm just saying. Listen, man. It's over for the 90s, man. We are done with the 90s. It's a wrap, including Michael Jordan being the GOAT for whatever reason you guys think as far as related to the 90s.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's rapping?
Hey, Mike Peake said he didn't have a criteria, so fuck that guy. Total casual. Clickbait shock jock.
Mike Peake is intelligent enough to know that the 90s is full of zestiness. That's facts.
He's intelligent enough to know that he doesn't go for a total hook.
Oh, Peter, you don't know. Peter, you say you from Florida. Uncle Luke, 2 Live Crew, I grew up listening to them. What are you guys talking about? If anybody knows anything about sexual music, it would be us down here in Miami.
Prime Will Smith.
I wear this to the supermarket. I go to Walmart in this. I can't go to Target though. I can't go to Target. I gotta wear something nice. I gotta wear something proper like. I gotta wear something proper like if I go to Target. I ain't doing none of that. Yeah, man. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is just to give you an idea of why your eye test does not matter. What you keep telling me you saw in the 90s does not matter. because I watched the 90s as well. I'm old enough to understand whatever I was watching then, I didn't comprehend it. And going back and looking at it now, it's just different. I've had 30 years of my life to understand what I can see and what's in front of me. And obviously now, P. Diddy is no longer somebody that you are entertained by, that you feel comfortable talking about or anything, but you never felt this way, even when the year started. Before this year started, ain't wasn't nobody talking bad about Puff Daddy like that. I kept telling you guys this. Listen, anybody who knows me from my social media background knows how much I've talked bad about Puff Daddy. Because I've seen it. I saw it with my own two eyes. In fact, there was a rapper. If you don't know this one, you probably might not know this one, Travis. I'm gonna keep testing you today. We're gonna test your blackness today, Travis. Do you know who J. Rue the Damager is?
Oh, he's my favorite rapper. I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Yeah, and you're not gonna know.
I am a classic reggae islander music guy.
Oh, you like reggae music? That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, to be honest with you, J. Rue the Damage is actually Rastafarian. He carries a lot of Rastafarian. He's from Brooklyn, New York. Either way, in the 90s, J. Rue the Damager had a song dissing Puff Daddy and Biggie Smalls in the middle of, like in the mid 90s, like 1995.
When the wars were going on.
No, before the wars. This was when, because see, what people don't understand is that before Puffy, the hardest known rapper that was in mainstream was Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Hardcore rappers that were considered gangster, because even Tupac wasn't considered a gangster rapper.
When did Cypress Hill come out?
Cypress Hill wasn't mainstream.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? Rap wasn't mainstream then. For you to watch rap or listen to rap music back then, you had to listen to it on underground radio, or you had to watch Rap City, or you had to watch Yo MTV Raps.
Facts.
The first gangster rap that got on MTV mainstream was The Chronic, which was the Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre. Yeah. But prior to that was around Puffy's time. Around 94, that's when all those guys started coming along, Puffy and all those things. But before that,
the golden age, man.
Listen, the toughest guy that was the toughest rapper that was on television that was considered a street rapper was Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Because even Tupac was considered a conscious rapper. Because even though he had some street music, he wasn't considered a gangster. See what I'm saying? Ice Cube was popular, but Ice Cube wasn't on mainstream rap neither. So, like, Naughty by Nature created that song, what was called Hip Hop Hooray. That was like a big, it crossed over, what they call crossed over. It went to the white audience. That's when
rap, correct me if I'm wrong, but like a lot of like those guys coming up, like one of the things they could hang their hat on was if they really didn't, even if they got noticed, they refused to kind of sign with like not only labels, but like people who would like try to make them. They really wanted to appeal to that underground.
Yes.
Type,
yes, you would know.
Audience.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna get to. Puffy changed all that. You were called commercial.
Yeah.
You were called commercial, and Puffy was the idea of being commercial. He changed all of that. Get Down. Eazy-E wasn't mainstream. These guys were popular amongst black artists. Now, what made NWA popular was the fact that they were banned and they made the song about the police, and white audience used to listen, but it was underground stuff. It wasn't mainstream.
Yeah.
It was a shock that they were selling out arenas. Nobody was expecting that from a rap show. Like nobody thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, guys like EPMD and Gangstar and all these guys. Again, this was street music, but it was not mainstream. You had to have DJs.
It was music that was appealing to like the experiences of everyone around them.
Exactly. It was street. It was street. Like I said, Puff Daddy took the house party from like Kid and Play when we watched movies like House Party and put it in the clubs. So you had to be mainstream. You had to be commercial. That's why Biggie started rapping on R&B samples. When Biggie was making those R&B samples, a lot of Biggie fans were upset because we knew Biggie from Mr. C's mixtapes where he was rapping hardcore raps. And then he gets with Puff Daddy and he's making these jingly songs. He put locks in a shiny suit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the idea of Tupac being a thug wasn't necessarily predicated on being like a gangster. Tupac was just predicated on being a deprived, underprivileged black male, black kid. You see what I'm saying? That was Tupac's message. You see what I'm saying? Eventually, Tupac, when he got into WA and later on with gangster rap, taking the rise of gangster rap, because even with NWA, it was still, NWA was not on MTV. They were not on anything. They were on Yo MTV Raps and Rap City. You guys don't understand how difficult it was to find and listen to rap music in the 90s, especially the early 90s. So Puffy changed all of that. Puffy changed all of that. I'm not like, if y'all think I'm lying, again, hit the link. I want to see, again, this is what the show's about. We're having a conversation. We're talking. Again, we are simply breaking down what was going on in the 90s, because you guys keep telling us the eye test matter.
Chad Manning in the house, man. I haven't heard from him in a minute.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to you, Chad, man. Yeah, man. Shout
out to AER, as usual, for holding it down, doing the Lord's work. Can't say enough about that guy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to you, man. You know, and look, here you go. He'll tell you, too, even Disney movies. There's some Disney movies that are very questionable in the 90s as well.
We just found out, though, like right now. Disney movie?
But as an adult, we're seeing this.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got some more. We got some more zesty Jeffries who just get upset just to be upset.
Think so, Rap God? I try, man. I mean, I'm eating better, trying to do some setups every day, so my fat ass can get down to like 200. But thanks.
Shout out to you, Ruddy Hood Sports, man. Listen, man, they are weird people, man. Like I said, these guys are very, very weird. And again, I understand it now. They were just going through a lot in the 90s. They were oversaturated with too much television, right? Too much too much zestiness. They were sitting in front of the TV. We were lucky to sit in front of the TV and watch basketball. They didn't get a chance to watch basketball. Just like remember I was showing you, Travis, how difficult it was to watch the NBA. Well, it was the same thing for like rap music. It was very difficult. Very difficult to get your hands on rap music. It's not like how it is now, where it's just automatic, where everybody's acceptable to it. That's why Puff Daddy was so important when he was talking about in those little interviews when he's saying I'm bringing all walks of life together. That's what he was doing. He was combining the mainstream industry of music with hip hop music, and he was doing it by basically sexualizing children. It's sad to say that, because he was doing stuff that now when we look back at it with our eyes, we can see it, but back then we couldn't see it. The same thing with Michael Jordan. You couldn't see Michael Jordan's left hand back then because you couldn't understand it. Now that Mike Peake has come out with videos, every time you watch a Michael Jordan video, you want to go see if he has a left hand, and you want to prove to people that he has a left hand. So you're going to come out here and show us the left hand now.
You guys are
fighting. Go ahead. Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, BB Joe. Obviously, I'm not like a super rapper connoisseur. Not like, obviously, Ajani is probably way more knowledgeable than me. But in my limited experience, I love guys like Tupac. I like Eminem. Obviously, Biggie's huge. I like Khan, from what I've heard of him. I'm like, one of my friends is huge into it, and like he's basically getting me more educated on the genre that I really need to catch up. There's so many, and I know like a lot of the people who are actually just coming up or forgotten, it's like most of the non-mainstream guys are better, I think. Like a lot of the Cypress, so like it just, it's a huge genre, and I don't want to just throw out mainstream names because I'm going to sound like an idiot.
It's fine. Listen, and it's fine. Listen, Travis, it's fine if you say you don't really listen to rap music. It's not like something you say you have to listen to. If you ask me about certain rock groups right now, I probably couldn't tell you name one.
Same.
So, but I do know groups about like Limp Bizkit, right, and like 9 Inch Nails, RME, REM. Is it REM?
Do me a favor, Joe. Throw on some stick figure.
Some stick figure.
Stick figure. Those guys slap.
No, but we all know. But we all know that at the end of the day, all we have to do is just be real men about what we see, and what we see in today's NBA is just the best NBA. There's nothing better than today's NBA. They gotta accept it. But you know what?
You got my ticket, Johnny. When I said that, when somebody asked me about the talent level, like the eras, I said, and I think this is a great take, that from especially in this era, the main difference is that 1 through 12 is deeper than it has ever been in terms of everyone. They scout for people who can pass, defend, and shoot the three, and have a bag. And that's way more decisive than it's been in any decade. That's the main difference of today's league, I think, is that, yes, they are more skilled for 1 through 12. 1 through 5, if you want to argue, we can do that. But 1 through 12, I don't think it's a question. Today's league is better.
Yeah, listen. And it's not to discredit the past. Shout out to Sports Fluent and Tone, because he recently had somebody that was drafted into the NBA on his name. On his show. I can't remember the guy's name. And he was asking the guy about Michael Jordan, what Michael Jordan would do in today's NBA. And the guy was saying, man, that he cannot imagine Michael Jordan not averaging 50 points per game because he's going to be going up against 6'8" centers, right? And in my mind, I'm like, no, he's not. He's going to be going up against 5 defenders. He's going to be going up against 5 defenders. And when Michael Jordan was going up against 5 defenders, he was never that great. And that's what they failed to realize. And when I was trying to explain to him how Jordan wouldn't have driving lanes, that Jordan, when Jordan was trying to get the single isolation wing pinch post situation, he wouldn't have it in today's NBA. He would have to learn to get points off transition a lot more. He would have to learn to shoot from the perimeter a lot more. These are all things that we don't know if Michael Jordan could do at a very well pace. He didn't do that when he played.
That's the main thing.
He can average 50. If he didn't average 50 then, how's he averaging 50 now? He's just
there's no way he'd average 50. Like his best chance was, there's no way he's going to take like that many shots per game. Like when he was doing, like when you mentioned, like in '87 when he averaged like 37 shots. There's no way he's taking 30 shots a game. He wouldn't like exclude his team dynamic. They don't recruit like we've been talking about last year. They don't recruit for guys who like think they can take like 1,000 shots a game. They look for the best team players, the best people who can spread the floor, and they don't want you taking more than 18, 19 shots a game because that will shoot your team out of the game. The other team's going to run away with it because it's way more of a team-based game today. Mike, I think the best take is going to be, even if he was a full component, like he'd probably do, I would say 25, 27 points per game on decent efficiency. He would not be allowed to take 23, 24 shots a game today because that would not be part of any team that he would, like their scheme. It just wouldn't happen. He'd be good defensively, and
he'll be exhausted. It's because he has to play a lot more defense.
Because he has to run up and down and defend the perimeter the entire game.
He has to cover more space on the defensive side. See, back then when Jordan was playing defense, he would stay on the weak side. He was always guarding the weak man because
it was easier. The best defenders were centers.
Exactly. So again, it's horrible to talk basketball with them because all they want to do is keep making up stuff that allows them to say Michael Jordan's great without just saying why Michael Jordan's great. Just leave it alone. If he's not great enough, he's not great enough. I'm sorry. It's not no one's fault that LeBron eventually came along. Listen, if Kareem would have known that all he had to do was be very familiar with the mainstream media for him to be considered the GOAT, he would have did it. He didn't know Michael Jordan was going to come along and change the whole idea of how athletes are perceived and how things are done.
Kareem could be the GOAT. Well, no strays on Kareem.
That's what I'm saying. The same way people are like, oh, Michael Jordan, if he knew LeBron was going to come around, he would have never retired. He would have just played and scored 49,000 points, averaging 50. Lying as Zesty Jeffries. And Chad knows this better because Chad always gets them riled up as well. What up, Chad? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you, man. You know this better than anything. How metrosexual is a Zesty Jeffrey?
Extremely. I would lean more of domestic women. They are. It's 2024. It's time to make sense.
You broke in and out right there. I couldn't hear what you say. Say that again, Chad.
I said it's 2024. It's time for him to come out of the closet.
Thank you. That's exactly what I told one today. Come out of the closet. I had a conversation with one today, right, Chad? He's been actually, it's Facebook. They're very good for it in Facebook, right? And for the past couple of days, they've been arguing with me about LeBron James being a winner. He got upset with me because I kept showing how LeBron James wins even without with the 6 finals losses. So eventually, he just says, he called me a dick rider. He was like, you're just a LeBron dick rider. You know, automatically, that's it. They get angry. They start calling you all kind of homosexual stuff. So I told him, I said, yo, you're more of a guy that's obsessed with LeBron's third leg than anybody because you don't want to leave the conversation alone. Then You know what he turned around and said? He said, "Oh my God, you're talking about LeBron James's penis size, and you're gay." I'm like, what the what?
Yeah,
Like you.
every once in a while, you'll get one that'll come in there that half-ass talks basketball. But you see about what they say, but like you said, it always comes to the homosexual stuff. Like I tell them all the time, I post something about Michael Jordan, and not mention a few other persons, and it's immediately hit with the gay memes, Jordan or LeBron's 4 6, and I was like, what does LeBron got to do with the post, man? Like, you're not even speaking what I'm saying here. You're just trying to say that, okay, that's okay that like that, but LeBron done it worse. We're not talking about LeBron. We're talking about Michael Jordan. Can you stay on topic? We know what the underlying meaning is.
Chad, you got to get in a better spot because you are breaking in and out. It's hard to hear you. It's like a muffled sound in the back. I don't know. I know you're on your phone, but if you can probably get to a quiet spot. But I kind of heard what you were saying. You basically saying no matter what you say, they'll bring up all these little homosexual conversations about LeBron James no matter what. Like even if it has nothing to do with LeBron James or anything that you say about Michael Jordan, they'll throw that in there. They love to do it. So go ahead, try. Go ahead now. Let me see if I can hear you now. Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about the 90s stuff, man. A lot of people don't know this because, like, the media and stuff tries to put it under the rug. But the movie Jay and Silent Bob, that come out like 2001. Dude, that movie, if you pay attention to it, it talks about how weird and gay and stuff that Hollywood is, you know. Mel Gibson and Ashton Kutcher, they spoke out in the early 2000s about what the industry is doing to kids and stuff. Ashton Kutcher actually does in his own time and funds his own foundation, man, where he's trying to save kids that's been molested or sex trafficked. And this all results back to Hollywood. You know, that's where, like Mel Gibson, where he disappeared for a while, it's because he started talking about the Jews, which Jews fuel a lot of the music industry, the movie industry, the bank industry. He started talking about them, and then they shut him down and made him have to come out and publicly apologize for it. But he gave a half word when he pretty much said, "I'm sorry that y'all are Jews." You know, but they made him. They tried to kill him. But he couldn't come back and act and stuff because he was exposing what they were doing. You know, even Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid was exposing what these people were doing to kids and women and guys and the gay and pedophile and stuff. Man, it's a nasty industry, bro.
No, and that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, this is the whole idea. This is nothing really new, right? The idea that Puff Daddy all of a sudden is doing all this stuff and we're fine. Like, this is nothing new. Like you said, this is the industry. This is how the industry was. Yeah, no, but yeah, all of them. Because even like I said, when we watch these interviews that we were watching earlier, I don't have to play them again. They keep asking Puff Daddy about these parties because they know, like you said, this is a part of the industry. That's them promoting to each other. Hey, he's a part of us. You can go and indulge in his parties. And the more he gets these high celebrities or high profile people to get involved in his parties, the more wilder they get, and they just grow into these crazy incidences. But at the end of the day, it's all predicated on the idea of what was going on in the 90s.
Well, Johnny, you're forgetting that Chad and I actually went to a few of those parties.
That's right.
In Beverly Hills. So we can report on it.
But
it ain't nothing like a Diddy party.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But and listen, they love to say that's what LeBron says, but that was a phrase that LeBron didn't create.
Went to Diddy's parties.
No,
man.
but LeBron didn't. Nobody's saying, but LeBron didn't create that phrase. That phrase was something that we all knew. It was something mainstream. It was something that everybody said. Like, you go to a Diddy party.
That's because the media made you think that that's cool. And like I said, the reason that Diddy's going down is to protect somebody above him, man, because he's just pretty much a foot soldier and a recruiter for this shit, man.
Yeah. And that's why the Zesty Jeffries earned their name, because of stuff like this, right? Like you said, it makes them look cool, right? Wearing J's make you look cool. Being at a Diddy party makes you look cool. And attaching yourself with LeBron James and homosexual memes make you look cool.
Yep.
No, I mean that is the psychological situation we're dealing with. Because there's no reason why, when I say LeBron James is the GOAT, that the first thing you're going to do is send me something like this.
Yep. And it's show video footage of stuff that they not LeBron James for. You show video footage of Michael Jordan doing the same thing, and then they still deny it and then hit you with this shit.
No,
You
I
know
mean,
what?
but no. But
Call a spade, man. You know?
Yeah, listen, instead of inside NBA stuff making NBA content, this is what they're making. They're imposing P. Diddy's face on a horrible movie, right? On just to make a meme. Like what do you you guys
they're trying to get internet famous, man.
Listen, you guys know we make content. Do you know how long you have to look in the internet to find a pose of a man like this? Do you know what you have to type on the internet to find a pose like this? It's not hard for me to grab a clown face and put a clown face on Michael Jordan because we're talking basketball. But do you know what? Yeah, but do you know what you have to type on the internet to allow the AI to draw LeBron's face and Puffy's face on two men? Do you know what you have to do to find? Do you know what you have to do to actually find that actual photo that exists? Like, do you understand? Like, this is what they result to do. Look at this. This again. You guys see the name. You see the name. It says inside NBA stuff. This is a Zesty Jeffrey page. These are the.
Johnny, you know how long it took me to make all these memes?
It don't take long at all, man.
Right?
I used to make them.
But then they get mad at me because I'm making memes like this.
Yeah.
Right? They get mad at me because I'm out here talking about basketball like this.
Bronny.
They really were mad at this right here.
Where's AD?
That is AD. That's AD right there. That's AD with the left hand that Jordan don't got. Yeah. That's AD with the left hand that Jordan don't got. And that's why
we done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's happening?
That's it. Like, it doesn't. Look, they go, who the fuck is making these memes? Zesty Jeffries. Because they've been over sexualized. They were listening to R. Kelly music throughout the 90s. They were listening to P. Diddy music throughout the 90s while they were watching a John Bootsacross Sports Center highlight of Michael Jordan.
Right. What kills me is when they come in there like, well, I've never seen nobody talk like that about LeBron, or I've never seen nothing like that. Like, motherfucker, just look at the comments on this post alone and tell me you didn't see it. They're just liars, man.
They're liars. I'm glad that you said it. Their eye test is flawed. They don't see stats. They don't
even
see
watch you, man.
They don't see Zesty Jeffrey behaviors. They don't see none of that. That's why the Friday Night Exposure exists, because I expose all of this stuff. Because all I'm trying to do is talk basketball. There's no reason why, and there is more than this, guys. I just was thinking to myself, I don't need to show you guys more than this. This is enough.
Yeah.
This is enough.
Yeah, they got that one where it's got LeBron in the white Lakers jersey with shit running down the back of his pants and stuff. Let's not forget the one that they got a LeBron James in a maid outfit, right?
Yeah. That's another fake AI picture that again, the other one with him in the pink outfit, which is we can clearly see is all AI, and we can see how great AI technology is, that you can actually do this type of stuff with all of this thing. This is going to be scary what we can do with AI in the next 10 years.
And honestly, man, going back and thinking about it, dude, Jordan really wasn't all that popular in the 90s, honestly, by, true basketball fans. A lot of people didn't really like him back then, especially people like my dad, man, that thinks that Lou Alcindor is the GOAT still to this day. And the two things that he says about Michael Jordan and LeBron James, they're a gun, they're a ball hog. He says that about them all the time, man. And this is older people. Like I said, man, my dad was in the 30s. He was in his 30s in the 90s and did not like Jordan. And a lot of people didn't, unless he was in Chicago. I've been a Detroit fan all my life, man, and we don't like Jordan.
Now, see, look. Again, y'all say it's not in the comments. Look. Just look. Again, this is how they are now, right? This is how they are now. But this was them in the 90s.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise. Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more. We like it. Yeah, kid. I like that. Harlem on the rise. This is the remix. And you don't want to follow with this guy.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around. I've been around the world.
Yeah, that's them. That was exactly who they are. That's what you are. But you up here talking about LeBron James, all because
Johnny,
you
gotta get out of here.
You're not. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely, and we'll do it on Sunday, like always.
See
Everyone
you
in the
Sunday,
chat.
sir.
Questions.
See you Sunday. See you Sunday. See you Sunday. Here, look. He goes here. Show me evidence of Michael Jordan at a Diddy party. Show me evidence of LeBron James at a Diddy party. But you know who was at a Diddy party? He didn't say it. He didn't say I was at a Diddy party. You're a liar. Come up here, hit the link, and explain to us why you are so infatuated with Puff Daddy and LeBron James having a relationship with one another. Please explain that to us. We would all love to hear your explanation on why it's important for us to know how you know about LeBron James and Puff Daddy having a relationship with one another. Please help us understand this.
I want to know how it pertains to basketball.
It doesn't. They don't talk because they're not basketball fans. They can't talk basketball. They can't talk basketball because if we start talking basketball, guess what happens? They get exposed.
It's just a lot of people living in glass houses that like to throw stones, man.
They don't even have glass houses. They just living in stones. They're not even sophisticated enough to have a house. They don't even have a window. They don't have a pot to piss in. That's why they steal each other's Jordans. That's why they don't pay their child support.
Yeah.
So, any last words before I let you go? Because I got to go in on some of these people in the comments.
Oh, you good, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Chad Manning. You can catch him, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you can definitely catch him in our Facebook group because he be in there going in on all of you Zesty Jeffries. Who again, is the Laker game on right now? I thought the Lakers play tomorrow. Oh, no, they play tonight. They're playing at 7:30. That was right. They were playing tonight. The Lakers are playing tonight. Thank you for telling me that, Ishmael. I'm about to get up out of here with this. You're about to go watch some Laker game because I get a chance to watch it because I'm a basketball fan. I signed up for the league package. And when you sign up for the league package, you get to watch NBA games. No matter where you're at and what you're doing. On your phone, on your computer, on your television. I don't need ESPN. I don't need Bob Costas and NBC. I actually was watching basketball. I actually saw basketball. Unlike you, Zesty Jeffries, who barely watched the game of basketball. You see who's over here asking about the game of basketball right now? A LeBron fan. A LeBron fan. Shout out to you, Ishmael. Thank you so much for being a supporter of the channel, what we do, and all of that. Shout out to you, too, as well. Twain Gant, you always been a supporter of us as well. Thank you. You see what I'm saying? Because we do big things here in GOAT James Kingdom. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the GOAT James Kingdom channel. I'm Ajani the Exposer. It is a Friday night exposure with the exposer. We're sitting here talking about Zesty Jeffries and the fallen 90s icons and how all they do is bring up homosexual conversations with us when we want to talk basketball, because this is what they grew up with. These were their icons in the 90s. A bunch of over-sexualized men. Very hyper-sexualized men. Let me rephrase that. Hyper-sexualized men who were all over television, and now all they do now when they talk basketball is talk basketball in a very sexual manner. They show us memes like this. This is Michael Jordan fans, y'all. These are Zesty Jeffrey fan pages. Go look up Goatman23. You think Goatman23 is LeBron James page? No. Inside NBA stuff is a Michael Jordan Zesty Jeffrey basketball page. And they make content like this. Because they can't talk the game of basketball. Because again, they were over-sexualized because they were listening to Puff Daddy. They were listening to R. Kelly. They were watching Michael Jordan highlights and Michael Jordan commercials. Right? They were watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air not do good in school, but get all the ladies because he was wearing J's in the middle of his show. They were watching Bill Cosby be all high and mighty throughout the 90s and talk down on people while he himself was out here doing some very wicked things. Very inappropriate acts was happening in the 90s, and it was all hidden because these icons were making millions of dollars for everybody. But these guys are no longer making that money. The internet's different now. Everything has changed now. We've gone back and we've gone and watched the games. We've seen the flaws in Michael Jordan's games. This is all reality, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you come to a Friday night exposure. Shout out to you, Ghost 2000. Zesty Jeffries don't even care about Kobe like that. They just have him as a roadblock for LeBron James against Jordan. Facts. That is all facts. They're not even Michael Jordan fans. They're more Puff Daddy fans than Michael Jordan fans. Shout out to you, A Weezy Bang. Y'all make sure to check out A Weezy Bang and Bang Sports Entertainment. He also had a program and talked about this same topic as well. Because as LeBron fans, we're basketball fans. We can talk about this. As LeBron fans, we're grown men. We can have conversations. Again, look, these are the conversations they want to have. My man, there is a link available for you. Hit the link. Have this conversation with me. But you can't have this conversation with me because you know the first thing you want to do is say something sexual. Because you're Zesty Jeffrey. You're good for that. Zesty Jeffries. Hey, I'm not going to lie. R. Kelly has great music. But he did sexualize us. There was no reason why we were listening to R. Kelly at 12, 13, 14, 10 years old. R. Kelly came out early 91, 92, I believe. I was 10, 11 years old. There's no reason why I should have been listening to R. Kelly's music back then. Here you go. Defending a fraud. You're defending a fraud. Defend Michael Jordan. Defend Zesty Jeffries. Why is there a whole internet full of memes like this? Because of LeBron James. You tell me that, Mr. Madnam. Tell me why. Why is there a bunch of Michael Jordan fans wasting their hard-earned money on AI apps and memberships and subscriptions to type in, put LeBron James in a skirt? Tell me why. Why is it so important for you guys to run around here and make memes like this? What is so important about LeBron James' career that you are so threatened that you have to do this to try to discredit him? Why, matter of fact, why are you so obsessed with LeBron James' sexuality of any kind? Why do you concern yourself with why do you have a phone gallery full of homoerotic pictures of LeBron James? I don't have that. I don't have any pictures like that of LeBron James on my phone. I have pictures like this of LeBron James in my phone. Him in a basketball uniform. But to you, that's zesty. To you, this is also sexual. Me appreciating LeBron James as a basketball fan is to you is sexual. See, I go to AI and I ask him to do this to LeBron James. That's what you Zesty Jeffries do. I go to my AI and I ask him, help me to do this with LeBron James. But this is what you guys are basically wasting your AI time on. This. Because you never really watched a game of basketball. You never were really a basketball fan. In fact, you probably watch more Puff Daddy videos than you watch Michael Jordan play the game of basketball during the 90s. And that's why we are done with the 90s. It is over. It is a wrap.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We call him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's happening?
Ready?
Ooh.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise. Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more. We like it. Yeah, kid. I like that. Harlem on the rise. This is the remix. You don't want to follow with this guy.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around. I've been around the world.
Yeah. Listen, Sports Talk, don't fall for the conversation. This is the conversation they want to have. They want to talk about men phalluses. They need to just come out the closet. There is no need to hide anymore. It's 2024. Come out. Ain't no, matter of fact, you'll be praised now. And now we'll understand your obsession with LeBron James. Because you guys are more obsessed with LeBron than we could ever be. I guarantee you, you go through my phone, you won't find no LeBron photos like this. You won't find nothing of the sort like this, of any kind. You won't find nothing like this in my phone, in my photo gallery. You won't find nothing like this. Nothing at all. Because that's not what we do here in Goat James Kingdom. That's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. That's just not our thing. But if you go follow Inside NBA Stuff, who's a Zesty Jeffrey, that's what they do. That's the kind of stuff that they do. This is the type of memes that they make. Right? And they get all upset. They get angry. They get frustrated. And then they start calling you all kind of homosexual terms. They start calling you all kind of crazy names. That's what they do best. They are nothing but a bunch of grown men who have been over-sexualized throughout the 90s because they were listening to Puff Daddy, they were listening to R. Kelly. That's their problem. Like I said, we make memes like this. This is what we use AI for. We make stuff like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, we make stuff like this. Real simple shit. But you guys' eye test is flawed. Because none of you guys want to accept Kobe Bryant was at actually a Diddy party. This is a 2019 article from TMZ letting you know P. Diddy celebrated a half century on this earth. Pretty spectacular fashion with the help from several tons of celebrities. The mogul's 50th birthday bash went down Saturday at his $40 million Hombury Hills home. So Kobe was at P. Diddy's house, where Diddy celebrated with Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, Khloe Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Dr. Dre, Pharrell Williams, Cardi B, Offset, G-Eazy, Chadwick Boseman, Post Malone, Tyler Perry, Kobe Bean Bryant, Machine Gun Kelly, and on and on. I don't see LeBron James's name there. Oh, and just in case you thought that TMZ is just a gossip center, they don't have no real evidence of this. We don't need it. Puffy showed it to us. See that? But they don't see that. That's why the eye test is flawed. Shout out to you, the one boy. Thank you so much for being a supporter and a member of the channel. Bruh, he says here, I knew this topic was going to be mentioned. I'm glad I brought it up because it was very disturbing when I saw some stuff earlier that made me realize how much the eye test is flawed. I want to know why they're not hitting the link to speak up. No, they don't want to speak up. Listening to Mr. Madman says, speak for yourself, guy. You come speak for yourself. If not, I'm going to speak for you. You represent the Zesty Jeffries. You are Zesty Jeffries. That's exactly what you are, Madman. You don't want to speak for yourself. And as Sports Talk only said, yeah, we going to speak for you. Because you're not man enough to hit the link and actually speak for yourself. And explain to us why you so infatuated with the relationship LeBron James supposedly has with P. Diddy. And why you never saw that Kobe Bryant was at P. Diddy's party. And why you never watched the game of basketball, know anything enough to explain why Michael Jordan is the GOAT instead of talking about LeBron James so much. Remember at the beginning of the show, I told you guys, these Zesty Jeffries are like the little 4th grade boy who has a crush on a little girl, and the only way to express it is to hit her. They have an obsession with LeBron James, so their only course of action is to make memes like this. Is to walk around and talk about LeBron James like this. Because for one, they don't want to come out the closet. If they just come out the closet, nobody would question why you walking around here making memes about LeBron James like this. Because again, we all know you guys were not watching NBA basketball in the 90s. Like we were watching NBA basketball throughout the 2000s. You were busy watching icons of the 90s like this. You were being sexualized and hypersexualized by these gentlemen here. And that's why when somebody tells you something about basketball, the first thing you run to is some homoerotic response. They can't get it. Here we go again. Why does it concern you so much that you have to wonder if LeBron James is suspect or not? What does it mean to you? Does that mean you think you'll have a chance? Huh? Is that what that means? Listen, we don't hear you at all, Madman, because you're not man enough to hit the microphone. You're not even man enough to admit that you're gay. You're not even man enough to do that. You're not man enough to admit that you like to be a little fruity, a little zesty in times. You comfortable with being this way. That's why you feel like you can say anything you want to us. That's why you feel comfortable talking to us any kind of way. This is the type of conversations y'all have with each other when you go on Inside NBA stuff and y'all be having little conversations with one another. Or when you're on Michael Jordan fans page or the worst. These are the kind of conversations y'all have with one another. Y'all love to talk about homoerotic metrosexual conversations. You were definitely sexualized in the 90s. And the reason I know this is because I was also a victim of the 90s. Mad Nav, do you remember the days that you were loved? Huh? Do you remember the 90s? Do you remember that? Do you remember seeing little girls dancing in Puff Daddy videos, making you feel all gushy inside to be in love with Faith? Or maybe you wanted to be in love with Puff Daddy. Because again, everybody that you see here that's talking homosexual talk and talking homoerotic conversations within in the chat line, y'all can see, are all Zesty Jeffries.
Zesty Jeffries.
They can't help themselves. They really cannot help themselves. They really can't. See, when I go find a Michael Jordan picture, I go find this. I go do this to Michael Jordan. Because some of you guys are the MJ police. Some of you guys are. Like I told you, when I go look up Michael Jordan, I go do this. That's what I go do when I want to make fun of Michael Jordan. This is what I do. When I want to toy around and have some fun and troll some Zesty Jeffries, this is what I do. I find pictures of Michael Jordan like this. Very simple, very, very grown man activities. Oh no, but leave it up to the Zesty Jeffries. Leave it up to the Zesty Jeffries and we'll have stuff like this roaming on the internet. Leave it up to you guys, because you guys don't know how to talk the game of basketball. You keep telling me your eye test matters. Your eye test matters. Well, you don't even see that actual Kobe Bryant was at a Puff Daddy party. You can't see it. You can't see it. But what you can see, and what I've always told y'all, is what you can see is the GOAT James Kingdom show on a Sunday afternoon. Where we go live to have a conversation about basketball. That's what we do best on a Sunday afternoon. So subscribe to our channel. Hit that ring notification so that you can know when our show goes live. Because we actually have shows. We go live every Sunday noon as a show. We do a show. GOAT James Kingdom is a show. It's a channel. It's a brand. It's a platform. Brandon and I are just the guys who run it. We represent LeBron James to the highest light. Because we like basketball. Become a member of our channel because you are a basketball fan. When the basketball season starts, we're going to have a lot of content for our members regarding the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James, and including Bronny James. So check out all the different perks for becoming a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform, because we are not going nowhere. We talk the game of basketball. Tonight's show wasn't necessarily about basketball, but it was about Zesty Jeffries. Because I'm Ajani the Exposer. What I do is expose information that is rarely available for the individuals that are out here seeking it. Because I have no problem doing my research. I have no problem taking my time to find out the information that is necessary to talk about the game of basketball. And I do it every Friday night right here on GOAT James Kingdom and FYF Sports Debate. So make sure you subscribe to both of the channels. Make sure you hit the ring notification for both channels. Make sure you check out the membership for both channels. Also, don't forget, we're also on other platforms. You can catch us right here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Discord, Twitch. We're all over the place. We are doing big things when we're talking about the game of basketball. Shout out to Lamont and FYF and all those guys over there. As y'all can see, Lamont starting to come back and he's starting to do lives again. Because it's about that time. It is about that time. But of course, we are GOAT James Kingdom. We are not FYF. We are in collaboration with FYF, but we are GOAT James Kingdom. And what we do here is, you ain't gonna find it nowhere else, ladies and gentlemen. You're not gonna find two guys who talk the game of basketball like us. Not only do we watch the games, we actually know the stats. We take our time to study the stats. We take our time to study the film. We don't just sit here and talk the game of basketball and say random silly stuff. We also don't take our time to make memes like this and AI generated pictures like this. We don't do that. We don't have time to argue with Zesty Jeffries, because I'm starting to realize that these guys have mental issues. And I'm arguing with gentlemen who are in special ed. In reality, I'm arguing with men who never watched the game of basketball throughout the 90s. These are grown men who watched a bunch of highlights and who sat there and watched a bunch of R. Kelly videos, Puff Daddy videos, Michael Jordan highlights, and reruns of The Cosby Show and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. All fallen icons of the 90s. They're gone. It's over with.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We call him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's happening?
And at the end of the day, for all of you that are sitting around here talking about Lil Diddy this, Lil Diddy that, we all know this was y'all in the 90s.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise. Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more. We like it. Yeah, kid. I like that. Harlem on the rise. This is the remix. You don't want to follow with this guy.
I've been around. I've been around the world. I've been around. I've been around the world.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I am not ashamed to say it. I grew up listening to 90s music. It's hard to listen to Puff Daddy now, I'm not going to lie. But again, I've been telling folks about Puff Daddy for a very long time. And I've been telling y'all about Michael Jordan for a very long time. His career is overrated. I have him 4th all-time on my list for good reasons. He's not better than Kareem, he's not better than Wilt Chamberlain, and he's not better than LeBron James. LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. And I will prove it anytime. So for anybody who wants to challenge me, please show up on a Friday night and I'll have a conversation with you. If not, you have your own show, your own program. Hit me up. You can hit us up at goatjameskingdomshow@gmail.com. Let me know what time your show is, what date your show is, what the topic is, and how you would like me to show up. I'll be more than glad to come on your program and have a conversation with you. As of right now, y'all have given up. Y'all are scared of us. Y'all are legitimately scared of us. And I understand. You should be scared of us. There is no reason why you should not fear GOAT James Kingdom. If Michael Jordan fans are the worst page fears us, and all of them that have come together, all of them, you should fear us as well. Nobody wants to talk basketball with GOAT James Kingdom. They just want to call us names. They want to be very homoerotic and very metrosexual with the conversations they have with us, because they themselves haven't addressed their true issues within themselves. All they got to do is open up the closet, come on out. You'll be accepted within the community. You'll be loved. Everybody will be fine. You can still wear Jordans and be gay. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But this is what I do. I come up on a Friday night to have a conversation about the game of basketball. Next week, we're going to talk about my Miami Heat. And I also want my GOAT James Kingdom members to hit me up so that we can have a conversation about your favorite players of all time. Because we're going to talk about your starting 5, your favorite players starting 5. I'm going to come out with my starting 5 favorite players next week. I'm also going to be talking about my Miami Heat and what they got to do for the new season coming along. I'm going to also do some research on their training camp and all the stuff that's going on during the preseason for the Miami Heat, because we have a full roster. Everything is healthy. So next week's show will be about that. If you want to talk Michael Jordan and LeBron James, I'm sorry. You should have shut up tonight's show and hit the link. But you didn't do that because you're in your feelings. And I understand you should be in your feelings. It was very disturbing to watch tonight's program. Again, tonight's program is an adult-rated program. It is not for children. It was not supposed to be for children. It was never meant for children, because this show was about Zesty Jeffries and their homosexual tendencies. And it's sad, man. It's really sad that we have a bunch of Zesty Jeffries running around here who can't talk the game of basketball without throwing around a bunch of homosexual topics. No, Zesty Jeffries needs some help. And that includes you, Josh. I don't need no help. I'm fine. Maybe you wasn't talking to me. Here you go. He said, unlike you, I don't... Listen, y'all check this out. Check out the Zesty Jeffries. Just look at them in the comments. This is why tonight's show was so important. This is why I was telling y'all the eye test is flawed. Your eyes can see the things that your mind can comprehend. If your mind cannot comprehend it, your eyes will not see it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why the eye test is flawed. So now, after tonight's program, if you got a chance to watch all of this, I appreciate that. No doubt. I appreciate that. Thanks. Right? If you got a chance to watch tonight's program, you're going to have a different perspective on the GOAT debate. Because you're going to start to notice these things. You're going to start going through your comments and you're going to start seeing Zesty Jeffrey comments. You're going to start to see how they behave and you're going to start to notice some things. Because now you have a more of an understanding. So now your visuals are going to be more helpful for you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rap God. Thank you for supporting us and all the stuff that you do as well. All right? But ladies and gentlemen, it was a great show. So like I told you, we're done with the 90s. It's over with. It's officially over. There's nothing to talk about when we're talking about the 90s. It's over. It's dead. It's a wrap. It's been over.
We done with the 90s. Jordan big trash. We calling him Jordan Cougar now. He ain't got no left hand. Garbage. What's rapping?
At the end of the day, you Zesty Jeffries have earned your name. I understand you guys a lot more than I've ever understood you guys. And now I'm going to be a little bit more sympathetic. Psst, bullshit, psych. Y'all are never going to get that from me. All y'all going to keep getting is L's. Another L after L after L after L because that's what I throw at you, Zesty Jeffries.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron.
I'm the big time LeBron James fan. I am the best at it. I get Zesty Jeffries upset for just for fun. Just for fun. So like we like to tell you, ladies and gentlemen,
this is GOAT James Kingdom.
I am Ajani the Exposer.
You have now been exposed by the Exposer.
Peace and blessings. Enjoy your Friday night.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Turn me up a little bit. Yeah, kid. Harlem on the rise. Yeah. Turn me up a little bit more. We like it. Yeah, kid. I like that. Harlem on the rise. This is the remix. You don't want to follow with this guy.
I've been around.